What's up? It's your girl, Netta Brielle, and you are checking out my boy, David Duane, right here, right now.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning back into On Air with the one and only rock star on the mic, Dig Duane, the place to be. Yes, right now we got our girl, R&B and soul recording artist, Netta Brielle. If y'all don't know who she is, y'all about to find out right now. She got her brand new EP out called 880, and it's on iTunes, Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify, all night. Y'all need to go get it. What's going on, Netta?
What up? It's been a long time, right?
It definitely has. How have you been?
I've been good. Just writing, recording, reflecting, all the above.
Right, and that's an amazing thing. And we're so glad that you have this new project out and you're joined with us again once more.
Yeah, I feel like when I'm not doing it, I don't feel alive. So I had to figure it out. So that's what brought this new project on, basically.
Absolutely. And where did you gain, the inspiration behind this project?
Well, really, 880 is like a popular freeway that kind of runs right through my area, going from, Berkeley, Oakland, San Jose, Alameda, and it's one of those freeways that's always under construction. There's always traffic, and it's like you never know when they're going to finish it. And I feel like it's kind of relative to my life. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm always under construction, but I somehow get to the next exit somehow. You know what I mean? So
right.
That's where I'm at, like following my dreams, trying to get my goals in order, but still, still being a woman, still, probably wanting relationship stuff, or, you know what I mean? Just kind of what a woman goes through in trying to, reach that goal and all the potholes you get through to get to the next step.
Right. Wow. I love how you worded everything. I mean, it totally makes sense, and it, definitely, just meshes well with the title of the project, too.
Thank you.
No problem. So let's, talk about this track, Bay to LA, because I love that. That's one of my favorites.
Do you?
Project.
Yes. Because
yes.
That's why.
So tell me about that record, because that record is, the littest on the project.
Well, I'm a big fan of, 90s R&B, as you've been knowing for years. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so when Trackademics is a producer on that track, so when he was like, I got this one track I think you'll love, when he instantly played it, I'm like, oh, it's mine. Because it just linked to, first of all, Boomerang being one of my favorite movies, that being one of the songs from the soundtrack.
Right.
It just all made sense. So I just had that vibe of ride. You know what I mean? Ride. And sometimes I get up and drive to LA right quick, even though I grew up 6 hours away or 5.5 hours away. I get up and ride and just listen to music and connect and reflect or whatever. So I think I kind of wrote from that place. And then also a Bay Area girl. We were raised kind of different, and I always say that. We're kind of raised like dudes in a sense. If we want something, we gonna go get it. So if it's a nigga that I'm interested in LA and we need to figure this out, I just might hop in my car and drive out there and see what's up. You know what I mean? It's some bold girl type. It's from all those different angles that I created that record.
Right. And speaking of guys like that, one of your favorites, Usher, just dropped his project, and I know.
Oh, I was just on Instagram talking about him.
You were just talking about it, as I saw. How do you like his project? Because he's definitely one that, is a part of the original. Well, I mean, he was 90s R&B, and, you're inspired by him as well. How do you feel about his project?
I respect the fact that he came from an R&B place. I mean, he made it work for the sound, the current sound mixed with traditional Usher with respect to R&B and heavy bass. And, it's so Atlanta. That shit just feels so Atlanta. And, I spent a lot of time there when I first got signed. And so, I don't know, as soon as I heard it, it just took me back to the moments I was there. And more importantly, it took me back to 8701. It took me back to Nice and Slow. You know what I mean? It just felt traditional and true to him. And I'm gonna love everything he does because I'm just a diehard fan. But this project, it made me feel okay, nigga, you talking that shit. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I totally agree with that, because I feel like with this project, I mean, it's a good thing he really took his time and he got to the root, back to his true roots and who Usher Raymond is, and not trying to follow, the sound of what's right now. I mean, he did a little bit of what's current, but he made sure that it was so dope
true to him.
Right, true to him. So I had to, ask you, because I saw your post about it a few different times on Snap or whatever the heck we want to call it, or Twitter, but
because I was in my feelings because I was watching his Breakfast Club interview and he had his wedding ring on and I was irritated. I'm just funny.
Don't forget that he's married, though.
I know. I'm but I've always looked up to him. When I met him, I sounded so stupid. He's like, well, what is your sound? I'm like, I'm the female you. I don't know why I said that. I probably looked and sounded so stupid. But I'm just really a big fan. And between him and Chris Brown, like, they can, like, damn near do no wrong to me. So.
Literally, they can't.
Yes, I love them.
Oh, go ahead.
I just like greatness, and I like to see artists that get better and better with time. You know what I mean?
Right. And you mentioned two things that I wanted to ask you about. You're now independent, like full-on independent. Are you doing all by yourself? Because I know you're not with Atlantic Records anymore. What's the current situation?
Well, yeah, about 90% of it is all me. I do get a lot of help from Empire. I don't know if you're familiar with.
Oh yeah,
Empire
definitely.
So shout out to Ghazi. Like, they've helped me so much, and I think even just leaving once I left Atlantic, I was so just kind of like confused and even broken and just not sure of what to do. And I felt like, well, ain't nobody gonna push me harder than I'm gonna push myself. So I just placed the songs together on my own, and just really took that leap that I was almost kind of afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like, okay, so what am I going to do now? Am I going to go get a 9 to 5? Am I going to go do something that's not going to make me happy and just live? No, I got to figure this out.
Right.
That's kind of what inspired me to keep moving forward. And then Empire was dope. They're just like, we know you damn near doing this by yourself. So whatever you need help with, just let us know. And they kept their word.
That's amazing. And they're really pushing the project too. Like, shout out to Empire and that whole team, because they're not playing no games. I've seen the blast about it on their social pages about you. I've seen the actual mailing list blast. I was like, get it, make sure you know you're doing our girl right.
Okay, because it's not like just to be all the way honest, it's not like we're even in any contractual agreement. They just have embraced me and have just been helping. And to me, it's like, that's kind of a rarity in this industry. It's kind of like when you make one turn, it's like now nobody really wants to help until they see other people helping. You know what I mean? So, but they have really been consistent. And if nothing else, I'm grateful for that.
Most definitely. And what would you say, like, you've learned or you have been learning, through this new journey?
Well, let me say, my goal is one day is to go back to a label soon. That's my goal. So I'm really pushing toward that as my next step, and for this project to be put out even on a bigger scale, not just, reaching certain people. So that is my initial goal. But I think what I've learned more about me. I've learned that I could do things that I was afraid to do before, like putting a project together, mapping it out from A to Z, setting up things on my own, like things that I was afraid and I thought that I wasn't capable of doing. I literally got pushed into a corner and had to do this. So I feel like the biggest thing I've learned is like my own strength.
Right.
And I still have my days where I slip up and I'm unsure and I don't really know what my next step should be. But ultimately, no, I don't want to do anything else. So I have to just on those days dig deep and just find that push. And that was really how this project came about. Like, my grandmother passed, my god sister was murdered trying to cover her kids, shootout in her neighborhood. There were so many things happening in this last year. And I'm like, if I don't do something, I could be next. You know what I mean? Like, it's real.
Right.
It's all or nothing. So.
And it's great, like, that you had that mind state, with going through all that you had went through. And I'm sorry to hear about your loss. But, like, you really, like, you made a move there. Because a lot of people, they were sitting there with Joelle, Adam coming from one situation, then you're losing family. And then some people just sit there and they're stagnant. And it's just like, okay, I don't know what I'm really going to do. And I'm hung up on what's going on. But it's good because your fans and even people that are from the media and industry-wise love your sound and what you've been able to do with incorporating, R&B, like that core R&B sound from the 90s, and, having that influence, but also putting your own spin on it and keeping it true to yourself.
Yes. I appreciate that because I think ultimately that's my biggest goal is to get as high as I can with this shit, but to always try to remain Netta, like be myself. Because it's so hard. There's so many, well, you should do this or you should wear that or you should say this. And then well, should I? You know what I'm saying? So it's like I try my hardest to remain true to me. And I think, I'm just so various. This is what raised me and this is what made me who I am. So I always try to incorporate it in every project, every song damn near, and every story.
And I got to tell you, you did your thing with your version of My Boo because I hate that song to the highest level of ever.
Are
but
you
killed it. I hate that song. Like, capital A.
No, but you're like a 90s music lover. That's supposed to
I know. I'm supposed to love it, but I love your version. I was like, oh, you made me love it.
But you know what? Gazi from Empire called me one day, and he was like, you know my boo? And I'm like, hell yeah. He was like, it's blowing up online, and I think you should redo it because it's already getting all this attention and can use that. You love 90s music. You said that's your initial key that the song's like, you should do it. I'm like, you think? He's like, man, just do it. And I did it, and that shit was just moving. And that was really what, like, locked in the idea for the whole project. Like, okay, I think I've kicked up a little dust with this remake. Let me go ahead and put a whole project out since I already had it done for the most part. But yeah, so I take actually no credit in that. Gazi calls, I do this today, actually. The session's already set up. And I was like, oh, okay.
Whoa. And sometimes it definitely has to happen like that. And I'm glad he told you to do it because it's good to, like, because this project definitely has a variety. And that's one thing that you've always been about when it comes to, like, your projects and being very diverse. And the fact that you threw that on there and it got that great response, even though, like, I wasn't, tweeting or saying, hey, all the time, I was watching, I was like, she's killing it. She is killing it.
And you know what? It's artists like Usher and Chris Brown and Beyonce and Rihanna who have a variety. You know what I mean? Like, and I see that. I see greatness in that. So I look at those artists as like okay, I like how they flipped this and they did that, but they got some pop shit over here. They're still true to art. Like, I love variety. Like, I don't want to be in a box, you know?
And how would you say that the fans and different people have been responding to this project so far?
I've been getting, like, a lot of good feedback. And it's crazy because I was unsure about it, you know? I was like, I literally put it out because I know I need content out. You know what I mean? So I didn't know how they were going to receive it. But even just at home alone, like, you know, I have a lot of people that work at the radio stations here or, you know, DJs that are really big here and back down in Vegas. And they've all been reaching out and hitting me up about it. And that alone is like, y'all don't even get that. I barely put this out. I damn near put it out by myself. And to hear you guys say that it's solid, you like it, it's player, like, that makes me feel like, okay, God, I hear you. I'm not supposed to quit. Because I was ready. I was ready to hang this up several months ago. Maybe I was ready to say, you know what? I don't know anymore. So it's like it's always that one moment you get ready to turn around, but it might just be one more step and you're there, you know? So I keep trying to look at it like that. I've had those moments. I'm sure.
I've had those moments where I've been like, because I do music as well. I don't know if you see my posts about my music.
I have, actually. Yes, of course I have.
And for me, I've been like, you know what? I don't know if I should stop, or I should keep going, or with my show, but like, you know, like, I don't know. And then it just be that boom. Click moment where it's just like, oh, okay, maybe I need to, you know, shut up, be patient here because everything is going to work out, especially when God has already put you in position several times to be like, okay, I can do this. I've got the fan base. I've got people that are listening, watching, subscribe, reading, whatever the case may be. It's just like keep going. But guess what? We're all supposed to have those moments where, you know, we're not feeling absolutely 100% great because that's the beauty of life and that's the art of getting to that better greatness point.
Right. You're so right. And sometimes that struggle or that it brings out even better music. I used to hear Pink say she writes her best music when she's like in a bad mood. And I used to be like, what? But then it's like, I was like, oh my God, I get it. Because for me in those darkest moments is when I feel like I'm just giving everything I got from my heart, you know? So, like, struggle is what you do with it, you know? You can make something beautiful out of it.
Right. And would you say you write best from struggle or you write best from, you know, what's happening within the moment?
Both. If I'm in the moment of something, like, if it's like a dude I'm feeling or it's like a new love or a new, like, I can pour directly from the heart because that's what I'm feeling at that time, you know? But then even in, like, the Push record, when I'm talking about my grandmother, it was such a dark time for me. For some reason, that darkness, it just helped me stay, like, even in creating that record, it was just so therapeutic within itself because I didn't know even how to communicate or express how I was feeling about my grandmother because I feel like even to this day, I haven't really dealt with it yet. So it's like in writing that, you know, it kind of helped a little bit. It kind of eased it somewhat. So it varies. Or it depends, rather.
Right, because I even know for myself when it comes to writing, I either get good when it's in that moment or I just be like, turn on that track. Let me just...
Okay.
let me get inspired from what's there. Because you get, like, I feel like the best can come out of whichever situation that you're going through or what, what you're thinking is on your mind. And that's why I really like Push as well. I'm glad
Well, let me ask
brought it up.
you something, then. When is your project coming out?
Ooh. It's okay. I have singles that are coming out October 27th, and then the album and EP come out in November. I wasn't supposed to spill the beans, but I'll spill it with you and everybody can hear it, but that's when it comes.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. I definitely appreciate that coming from you. So now let me ask you about this record, Not Right Now, because my friend told me, like they said, David, you have to ask about Not Right Now, because that's like my absolute favorite. So what state of mind were you in with that record? Because that's my friend's favorite, my favorite, and I'm sure, a couple of other listeners and people that are listening to this interview's favorite too.
Well, okay, there's two different things with that record, but for me, I feel like I'm in this place right now where I can't get so involved into a relationship. I feel like I'm very passionate. I'm an Aquarius. So it's like when I'm in, I'm in. And I just feel like I don't have time to release any of those emotions right now because I need to focus on what's next for me. What is my project going to do? Am I going to go to a record label soon? Am I going to go on tour soon? How do I survive? How do I maintain? How do I take care of myself? How do I take care of my mom? And all those things happening, it's like it wouldn't even be fair for me to step into a relationship or try to give myself to someone where I'm still trying to figure out my own shit, So it's like I want love, and I want it, and I actually need it. Sometimes it's really hard to do shows and then go home alone and go to sleep by myself. But when you look at the bigger picture, it's like I don't really have that to give right now. And then on the flip side, there was someone that I liked some time ago, and I felt like he was trying to explain that to me, and I didn't get it because I wanted what I wanted. But it's like, no, if I'm not the right person for you and I'm still out here in these streets with these chicks or whatever I'm doing, like, I like you, but not enough to stop catting, basically.
Right.
So, it's those two different viewpoints for me.
Right. And I like those viewpoints for that record because I've been in that situation and I mean, hell, we all have been in that situation, currently in that situation. But we'll talk about that off the air.
Oh, you are? Don't try to skip. Don't try to. So you're currently. You tried to dance over that.
I am. And it's weird because it's like, I like this person, but then it's like, I don't want to, be in anything too serious. It's like, I've got my show, I've got my music, I want to move again, and there's so many different things that are going nowhere. So it's like, not right now, like, maybe in, like, a couple of years, and then on the flip side, I'm like, maybe soon, but who knows?
Exactly.
And then it's like you said, you find that person where it might be they either are saying, it could work out, or no, I don't think it could work out like you're great, but this is what the situation is, and sometimes that helps you to grow more and to push and to even put out better content, be a better you. I feel like I always say there's an art and a beauty in everything.
But
which
you're right.
Inspires life.
Yes. Absolutely. I agree. And I think it's also a message to just, like, young girls, like, or young people. Like, it's cool to have crushes and have your relationships and all of that, and that's cool. But it's like, focus on the goal, though. Make sure that you don't slip up so much that you lose yourself and you're not accomplishing shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
To me, that's like pretty much the full vibe of the record. Don't lose yourself so much that those dreams and those goals don't happen. And not even in no preachy way. Just, on some cool shit.
Definitely. And I feel like that's a great record that is, people that are tuned in right now have not checked out the record. Besides checking out the whole project, you need to get into the vibe of that because it's a reality record, which I would call it, because people can connect and relate to that. So now with this project, do you plan on, I know you said you plan on, wanting to really, fully release this on a larger scale, but do you plan on doing any shows anytime soon in the tour?
Well, I want to go on tour really badly, actually. So that's kind of in the works right now. So hopefully in the next month I'll have something secured. But that's definitely my next step. And to me, that's the part that I feel like people don't see enough of. I feel like that's where I live. That's my strong point. So I just really want that to be the next step for me. I've been praying on that and working toward it. So hopefully I'll have some info for you soon.
Nice. And when can we expect the next music video? Because we definitely are ready to see that as well, too.
Well, we have a video ready to go for Push, actually. I don't have a date on the release. It's sometime in the next 2 weeks, but I'll definitely start talking about it before we release it. But it's already ready to go.
Ooh. What's the, if you can tell us just a little bit, what's the concept behind that video?
Well, it's really just dealing with the absence of my grandmother and just kind of going off to this, like, small little town outside of the Bay Area to, like, my grandmother's cottage and just, like, reminiscing and trying to deal with it. And, it's a very, it's one of those emotional, heartfelt visuals that kind of, like, you're basically seeing the lyrics. You're seeing what I'm experiencing when I'm writing it. One of those.
Wow. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just looking forward to what else you have coming out, too, because, you've been killing it. We've been a fan of yours for a minute and supporting, so I'm just really proud of you.
I appreciate it. I feel like we talked about 3 years ago. So
yeah, we definitely did. I remember I just had listened to the first interview we did. I was like, that was definitely 2.5 years ago.
I was in Atlanta, yeah. Well, I have to say that I appreciate you for even just still checking up on me and promoting my music when you don't have to. And, that helps us so much. So, thank you to you.
Listen, no problem. Anytime that I can or anything that I can do to help you, listen, you've got our support because we love R&B. We love, it's all love always.
I appreciate you, for real.
No doubt. Well, Netta, thanks so much for coming on with us again.
Anytime.
Tell everybody your social media where they can follow you and all that other good stuff and keep up with you.
Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I don't know about no damn Snapchat. I'm still trying to figure that one out, y'all. Don't judge me. I'm trying to figure it out. All things Netta Brielle, NettaBrielle. I'll post about any new music I have, any upcoming dates, so check it out. And I'm always current on everything. What's up? It's your girl, Netta Brielle, and you are checking out my boy, Duane, right here, right now.